with her thoughts, or perhaps a prayer or two, she would come into this room, and as a sign to the rest of the family not to disturb her, she would pull her apron up and over her head. And so anyone entering the room, seeing Mum or Susanna in here, would have known not to disturb her. Now, one of the things that we do have that did belong to Susanna, there's a sewing box just between the windows there on the table, which we know did belong to Susanna Wesley. It was her sewing box, and with letters to show that she donated it or left it to a friend here in the town when in 1735 she had to leave the house. Also, you might have noticed the bed, quite a short bed, and people in the 18th century didn't always lie flat on a bed like we did today. For one reason, might be that the mattress was full of straw and leaves and feather and probably had bugs in it. Houses were quite often damp, so people had chest complaints, and it was more comfortable to sleep in bed slightly sitting up, and you can see the decoration on the headboard stops, and it's quite plain below that line there, because there would have been pillows plumped up in there. And the mattress would have been supported on a network of ropes, and the ropes from time to time would have sagged. I don't know if you can see that. Here's an example of one that I crawled under a bed in a National Trust property, much to my wife's disgust. What are you doing under that? I'm taking a picture of the ropes because we don't have them on this bed to show people. And they would have needed to be tightened from time to time to support the mattress. That's so we have an expression, I don't know if you have the same where you come from, sleep tight, don't let the bugs bite. Well, sleep tight because the ropes had to be tight, and there would inevitably have been bugs in the bed. And if you have a look at the information sheet over there, we have a recipe for trying to treat beds to deal with the bugs. It's a handful of wormwood and white hellebore boiled with a proper quantity of urine until it's half evaporated, and then you wash the joints of your bedstead with the remainder. Yes.
Sorry.
That's okay. And so that was how it was treated. And ladies, if you know, I mean, I dare say your coach has some facilities on board, but you know, back in the 18th century, these things didn't exist. And so, ladies, if you needed to relieve yourselves, it looks a bit like a gravy boat, but that's called a borderloo, and that's what ladies would place under their skirts and relieve themselves, and the contents would be thrown out the carriage window as they went along. And in the corner of this room, if I can just squeeze through here, Susanna was a very methodical lady. She had, it's just, could you just pass me that?
Yep, that's really cool.
This is Susanna Wesley's method for the household during the day. And so, you know, arising at 7 a.m, and then supervising the tasks for the day, supervising the household, family prayers and 3 hours of schooling, and then lunch, 3 hours of schooling, and then in the evening private prayer. And she would take the children one or two at a time. John or Jackie's day was Thursday on his own with his mother, and they would come here for private prayer. And this is a kind of chair that they would use for that. And so during the day, it's just a normal chair. But if it was time for prayers, the peg comes out of the top folds down, the cushion comes onto the floor, the prayer book or the Bible or other religious text is put on there, they're kneeling on the floor, and then they're saying their prayers. So it becomes a prayer chair. And these were very common in the houses of ministers at the time.